Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to learn how to delete files using the VBA Kill command. If you're like me, when you're using your database, you've got all kinds of temporary files left over at the end of the day, like PDF files here, little text files, log files, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to show you how to clean it up when you close the database with a little tiny bit of VBA. Today's question comes from Adrian in Berwyn, Illinois, one of my platinum members. Adrian says, I'm using the code that you showed in your export report to PDF video and it works great, thank you. You're welcome. I'm able to send these PDFs and emails, but after doing a bunch of them, I've got all these PDF files sitting around in my database folder. Is there a quick and easy way to delete them all from my database? Yes, of course there is. There's a command called kill that you can use. I hope my video doesn't get flagged because I use the word kill. It's a VBA command, people. It's called kill. It will delete whatever file you tell it to delete, which can be good usually, but it can also be dangerous, so be careful. Don't use it, don't delete your database. It won't delete open files, so that's a good thing. If you're working with your database, it won't delete that. Let me show you how to do it real quick. First, if you haven't watched my export to PDF video, go watch this first. It shows you how to do that. I'm going to walk you through it real quick. I'm just going to give you the basics, but this video goes into a lot more detail in case you've never done this before. And in the members extended cut, I show you how to export a batch of PDF files, so that's pretty cool. And of course, we will be using VBA in this class. Not much, like 2 lines of code maybe. Well, we're going to export the PDF as 2 lines of code, and then to delete that, it's going to be another 2 lines of code. But you got to know where to put this code, so go watch my Intro to VBA class if you haven't watched this yet. It's free. It's on my website. It's on my YouTube channel. Teaches you everything you need to know to get started with VBA in about 20 minutes. So go watch that and then come on back. We'll wait for you. Okay, here I am inside my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can grab a copy off my website if you want to. And in here we've got customers, and customers can have orders, and each order can have an invoice. You click that button there, and it generates a nice little print preview here. Now, what if you want to do stuff with this? You want to zip it up and email a bunch of them. You want to, who knows? So you might want to export this as a PDF. And of course, it's a lot to open up the print preview and then hit the PDF button and blah, blah, blah. So you can make a button to do this for you, right? That's what we covered in the other video. So design view. I am going to slide this over here and just move notes down out of the way. And let's copy this and paste it. And we'll call this the export as PDF. Export PDF button. Give it a good name so Alex doesn't yell at us. Export PDF button, right? Right click, build event. And this is pretty much what I covered in the other video. First thing we need, just like when we generated the output report here, we want to me-refresh first, right? Me.refresh. That makes sure that if you made any changes on the form, they get saved, because when the report opens, it's going to get the data out of the table instead of what happens to just be in the form, right? Got to make sure your form isn't dirty. All right, then to export this, we're going to go do command .output2. We're going to AC output report, comma. What are we outputting? Well, it's going to be the order invoice R, which is the same thing that normally opens up in print preview mode. We're just going to send it to a PDF. What's the output format? Well, they don't give you a little pick list here to, a drop-down list with IntelliSense, so you got to just know what it is. I covered this in the other video. It's AC format PDF. All right, comma. What's the output file name? Let's go a new line here, underscore, down to a new line. I want to put this in the current database folder. So that's CurrentProject.Path. That's whatever your path name is to wherever your database sits, right? So it's C:/ wherever, okay? Then tack onto that a backslash, and then I'm going to make this be like order1.pdf, order6.pdf, order whatever the order ID is .pdf, right? So it's going to be order dash and order ID, which it'll get off the currently open form, and .pdf. Okay, see how I'll put that file name together? It's the current project path, that's the folder the database is in, and backslash order-3.pdf or whatever it is. Okay, and then if you want to be able to see it, if you want to preview it when it opens, comma true here, if not, comma false. I want to take a look at it when it comes out. Okay, so there's your command right there. That's what I covered in the other video, plus a bunch more other stuff. but this will get the job done, right? Quick debug compile. Let's come over here, go back to the database, close it, save changes, yes, open it up, and hit the export to PDF button. Click. All right, it happened. And it opened up in my web browser, which is my PDF viewer. You might have Adobe Acrobat or whatever. I use, just my web browser to view PDFs. And there it is. There's my PDF. Now, it's been exported, right? It's sitting in my database folder, which for me is my desktop. Right? When I'm making videos for you guys, I just have my database sitting here on my desktop. There's the lock file, and there's my order1.pdf. Okay, great. All right, we're doing some more stuff here. I go to somebody else who's got another one here. Order there. Export that one. All right, go to somebody else here, open up their orders. They don't have any orders. Let's find somebody else with an order. Okay, we'll export that one. We're sending out some stuff. We're doing some things. And now at the end of the day, my database folder is getting all cluttered with all these files. So it'd be nice if we had a way to delete all these when we were done for the day, or done with the order, or whatever you want. And these could be PDF files or text files if you're doing that, or whatever, Word documents you might be exporting. But let's just make a button in here real quick, design view. And I'll make this note even smaller. All right, export PDF. And we'll put this in here and we'll say delete PDFs. We'll do them all. We'll use a wildcard. All right, I'm going to assume any PDF files in your database folder are fair game to be deleted. Okay, all right, right click. Oh, forgot to name it. I don't want to get yelled at. I always forget to name my buttons. Delete PDF button. Okay, don't forget your names, right? Alex will find you. He has a particular set of skills, and he will find you. All right, now for this, we don't need to refresh. We just need to kill some stuff. But I am going to put an on-error resume next in here, because if the file doesn't exist that you specify, the kill will throw up a VBA error. We try to avoid those. Okay, so the command is kill, and then the file name. That's pretty much it. So again, it's going to be CurrentProject.Path and a backslash. Now you could put the exact same thing in here if you want to. Order dash whatever order ID.pdf if you want to just delete this one. Okay, but I'm going to delete all of them. Any PDFs that are order dash something in this folder. So we're going to put a star in there. That's the wildcard character. .pdf. Okay, that's it. It's going to put in your error handling. It's going to issue that kill statement, and then it'll delete all the PDFs in that folder. All right. And sometimes I like to put like a beep at the end, just so you know it's done. It did its thing, right? Save it, debug compile, go back over, close this, open her up, and we'll hit delete. And I heard a beep, and I just watched all those files go away. They just all disappeared off my desktop. It's like it's magic or something, right? They're all gone. Now, you might not necessarily want this button here. You want this as like a cleanup at the end of the day, right? So let's do this. Let's go into here. Let's go back into this button. Let's take this code, cut that out, delete this routine. We don't need that. All right, let's save this. Come back out here. Get rid of that button. I just put the button here for ease of whatever while we're doing it. Okay. Save that. Let's put this somewhere that is going to run when the database closes. Now, I like to leave my main menu open all the time. So when this thing closes, that indicates to me, hey, the database is shutting down. Let's put it in there. Design view, open this up, go to events. Let's find either the on unload or on close event. Yeah, they're different. We're not going to go into why. On close is fine. ... Put it right in here. And I like to put a little note in here, like clean up, delete temporary PDF files or whatever. All right, so you throughout your workday, you're making PDFs, you're doing this, you're doing that. You might want to also delete whatever text files you got in there. Just make sure you don't put any PDF or text files in this folder that you care about. You could even create sometimes I'll create a temp folder under my database, right? You can do whatever you want. Of course, this isn't a file management class, but you get the point, right? All right, save it. Let's go and close that. Open it back up again. By the way, those close events will run whenever you switch from form view to design view as well. So that will also fire those off. All right, so customer form, we'll do the same thing again. I'll just create two of them. There's one. And see, now I'm seeing why I find it annoying that you put let me go back and turn that off. Order F. This little comma true here, let's put that to comma false. All right, and we'll just put a beep in here too, because it's popping up on my other monitor every time I export one of those, right? All right, so open that up, open that up. Let's go to you. We got one for you. Let's open export yours, beep. Okay, so I got two of them now. Let me slide this over. Yeah, they're on my desktop. You can see them, right? Okay, time to close the database. I'll just close the main menu. And then when that happens, those guys go away. See? Isn't that cute? That's pretty cool. All right, now, here's the problem. All those files we just deleted, they're gone. They're gone permanently. They do not go to the recycle bin. That's one of the problems with the kill command in Visual Basic, is it just deletes the file. It doesn't send it to the Windows recycle bin. So, if these are now, the example that I gave in today's class, yeah, you could just go regenerate that PDF file, no big deal. But I was recently working on a database project myself where I was creating some files that, you know, I wanted to delete them sometimes, but once in a while it might be like, I really needed that file. Let me go back and get it, right? So if you're working with files that you sometimes want to delete, but in case you accidentally delete one that's important, you want to be able to go pull it out of the recycle bin, I'm going to show you how to do that in the extended cut. Unfortunately, Visual Basic by itself doesn't do that, so we're going to do a little PowerShell scripting, and that will allow us to use the recycle bin. That's all covered in the extended cut for the members. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. There's lots of them now, folks. There's hundreds of them. And gold members can download these databases that I build in the Tech Help videos, and you get access to the code vault where you'll find all this cool stuff right there at your fingertips. So check it out. Membership information's down below. And if you want to learn more about working with files in Microsoft Access, I've got a couple of classes. Access Developer 30, I teach you basic classic VBA file input and output, reading and writing text files. And then in Developer 31, we go over lots more with file and folder navigation, copying files, deleting files, compacting your backend, all kinds of stuff. In fact, this is the one where I do cover, you know, the dir function, get attributes, all this stuff. And this is all great. Here's the file exists, folder exists, creating folders, the length of a file. Here's the kill command, all kinds of cool stuff. This stuff is great for working with temporary text files, especially, or importing data that's in a non-standard format. Lots of cool stuff in my Access Developer 30 and 31 classes. But there you go, folks. That is going to be your Tech Help video for today. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free Tech Help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long, You could find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my TechHelp page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the TechHelp page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: Silver, Gold, Platinum, and Diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut TechHelp videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my TechHelp videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any TechHelp questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for TechHelp questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.